is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. Fielded in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad. Deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And this is going to be a Raiders 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38.
That's good for a Las Vegas.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
He'll find Richard here underneath. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll run on 1st down. Richard. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
The ball carrier.
Darquez Denard there to make the tackle. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Brian Edwards. And it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Man open, that's hit or runs. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a 1st. Shotgun now for Carr. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. solid coverage. Darquez Denard there defensively.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, it made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And the Raiders pick it up. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
At the Falcons' 45-yard line.
To throw his car. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Raiders 3, Falcons nothing.
On first down, Carr. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Bryan Edwards, and it's 3rd down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now or get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy with it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Corey Littleton coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Ball carrier. He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 4.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And Jones hands it over the middle. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down.
They're running with Gurley, and he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's Damon Arnell picking it off, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football. When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. That is incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 14.
Operating from the gun, Carr. Reception here by Ruggs. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And I think the ball's out. And this one will kick out of bounds, so they'll hold on to it inside the 10-yard line. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover.
And now he's going to go down in the end zone. Down goes Matt Ryan, and that's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preach, it's coach, it's thought about.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else. There he goes, left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller, 73 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6.
And on for the point after.
Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 27, Ryan, and his throw is going to be incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. And it's third down.
Third down. And 8 yards to go.
They run out of the shotgun with Gordon. And he loses the football a second time. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. From the gun, Carr, and this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup at 13 sets them up first and goal. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will. I think
Now the ball comes loose. So we reach halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Nothing. Daniel Carlson to kick off.
It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Taken in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
On second down now. It's Jacobs. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that's going to open the lead up now to 3 scores at 18-0. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right?
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Raiders pick it up.
Recovered by the Raiders.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost...
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this carries into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
And marching back out there now, the Raiders defense gets ready. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick 6. Because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone. But their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Well, set him up pretty, got the touchdown. Now they're back out there defensively. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 45-yard line.
Now Ryan. And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And he's able to put it through. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, man. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Ryan. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. Ryan going to get this complete to Hurst. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Trayvon Mullen. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. Room here to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 73 yards. Not sure exactly what he saw that made him decide to hand it off, but a great decision and a fantastic run.
From our vantage point, what he saw was a defense that got out of its lanes, got out of its gaps, and they were pretty much running to the quarterback, viewing him as the bigger threat. And look at that wide open space, and he rumbled from big time.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack there to Arden Key.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. To try again after the sack. Ryan. And now here is another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Well, Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They go with Jacobs. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophy.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Fielded in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Intended target on that one, Russell Gage. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again, Ryan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
It's caught. Jones. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Throwing again, Ryan. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing again, Ryan. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 16. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now here's another interception. And LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. That doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running is Jacobs. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
He was brought down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3rd and 5.
From the gun now on 3rd down. Carr. He'll look downfield for Waller. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. The end result, 21 yards.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
No gain on the
now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Little insult to injury here late in the game. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
Raiders 49. Falcons nothing.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Lane opens here. He's past the 30. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good